Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Brief.
Running blood red, the Donald Trump Square fountain in Petah Tikva coloured by activists and vandalised with graffiti reading "Annexation will cost us blood." It comes as international negotiators and special advisors to the US president arrive in Israel to discuss the execution of Trump's Peace to Prosperity plan. Avi Berkowitz and Scott Leith of the US Security Council sitting down with the Israeli Prime Minister and alternate Prime Minister ahead of the expected July 1 date in which the decision on how to expand Israel's sovereignty over parts of Judea and Samaria will be put to the Knesset.
It makes clear that the Jewish people have a valid, legal, historic and moral claim to Judea and Samaria.
In a video message addressing the virtual summit of Christians United for Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu continues.
It doesn't uproot a single Jew or Arab. Enough with ethnic cleansing. President Trump's plan is anchored in a foundation of truth. It confronts a great lie head-on. The lie that the Jewish people are foreign colonialists in our own ancestral homeland.
But as protests are held in the streets of Amman, a strategic and important partner for Israel, Jordan, isn't playing ball. Once again, King Abdullah reportedly making it clear that it will not accept even a limited expansion over Judea and Samaria, threatening to ditch or downgrade its 1994 peace treaty with Israel if it goes ahead with the move. A similar stance taken by the Palestinian Authority, with President Mahmoud Abbas threatening a harsh response if Israel annexes even an inch. But on the streets, we're seeing apathy by the Palestinian people. Despite a large set-up prepared anti-annexation protest in Ramallah failing to rally a crowd of more than 200, the so-called deal of the century has been rejected by Palestinian leadership out of hand. Netanyahu, for his part, calling for a change of stance.
I encourage the Palestinians not to lose another opportunity, not to waste another century trying to destroy Israel. They should embrace President Trump's vision. They should sit down and negotiate in good faith. They should be prepared to negotiate a historic compromise that can bring peace to Israelis and Palestinians alike.
Israeli ministers at loggerheads after a coronavirus cabinet meeting ended with no decision on what to do about reimposing restrictions as Israel sees a staggering spike of new COVID-19 cases. 250 people is far too many, according to Health Minister Yuli Edelstein, who wants to clamp down on public gatherings and events, saying Israel is at the beginning of a second wave of the pandemic. As areas with high infection rates are transformed into restriction zones, the Health Ministry downgrading the lockdown of several neighbourhoods in Tiberias to a couple of streets, saying a statistical error caused parts of the city to be closed off by mistake. Some 319 people have died from the virus. Almost 24,000 have tested positive in Israel, with more than 230 cases detected in the past 24 hours. But a sigh of relief for those rendered unemployed by the virus. Eligibility for benefits will be extended until mid-August. A welcome announcement after the Finance Ministry said the stipends wouldn't continue into July. Police patrolling in Tel Aviv's Pride gathering, keeping COVID-19 restrictions in check, as thousands across the country gathered to mark Israel's month-long celebration of the LGBTQ community in 4 major cities: Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Haifa and Beersheba. Colourful and peaceful rallies taking place in lieu of the annual Pride parades cancelled this year due to COVID-19. Security kept tight with the lead-up to the Jerusalem demonstration, seeing more than 24 anti-gay activists arrested as a precaution. The Israeli Prime Minister's son Yair tweeting his shock, saying police were seen stopping Haredi people for questioning while secular people were waved through. Sunday's events marking 5 years since 16-year-old Shira Bunky was stabbed to death in a deadly attack on Jerusalem's Pride Parade participants by a Jewish extremist.
That's all for now, but for more news from Israel, remember to like ILTV on Facebook and on Instagram, and to subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.